Hello friends, welcome back. This is Amit from Magnet, and today we are going to create this nice urban LA environment scene inside Unreal Engine 5.6. So first take a look what we are going to create today. So before we start, I recommend you to download this project file from my Patreon page so you can get all these assets in a single place, and you can also access this actual level. And after download this project file, you can get those files and this project file. So open this project file by double clicking here. And once you open this project file for the first time, you can get this level in your viewport. And if we go to this content folder here, then we go down, you can get the sequence for this level. Just double click to open this sequence, and also we come over here to the Cine Camera Actor and activate it by clicking over here. Then you can see this actual level, and in this video I am also going to show you that how we can create this level. So in order to create this level, we're starting from the scratch. So I go to the file, then I select new level from here and also select the empty level and hit on this create button here. Then we're going to quickly set up our lighting. So we go to the window and click on this environment light mixer. Then we click on this create skylight, create directional light, create sky atmosphere, create volumetric cloud, and create height fog. Then we go down and activate the volumetric fog by clicking over here. Then we close this window. And now we're going to create a landscape for our scene. So we go to the selection mode button here and select landscape. And we don't need to change anything here. Just go down and click on this create. Then we go back to our selection mode. And now we're going to put a mannequin over here so we can understand the actual size. So again we go to this content browser here, click on this content. And here you can get this characters folder, just click. Then we click on this mannequins folder, go to the mesh folder, and you can import any of this mannequin over here. So click on this middle one and just drag it over here. Okay. So by using this mannequin, we can understand the actual size. And now we're going to put the walls over here and there. So for this, again, we go to this content folder here. Then we go down and we open this starter content folder. And also activate the static mesh filter from here. And if you not have the static mesh filter here, you go to this 3-line option and select the static mesh filter from here. And then we go down. You can get this wall size reference here. So we're going to put this wall and just place it over here. So this is our wall, and we can use this wall, but one problem is that this is the engine content. So we cannot apply the Nanite displacement material on it. So we're going to create our own wall model. So for this, we go to this modeling tab from here, go to the modeling, and we're going to create a box model here. Just click on this box. And then we're going to increase the subdivisions. So we go to the width subdivision and we increase it to 50. Then also go to the depth subdivision, put 50 over here, and also go to the height subdivision, we put 50 as well. Okay, then we come over here and just click on this accept. Then we go back to our selection mode. So purpose of putting this wall over here is to understand the actual wall size. So we're going to select this cube and press R. Then we're going to increase the scale similar to this. Okay, so we just increase the scale of this cube here. And now we're going to duplicate this wall model to extend our wall. Okay, and now we're going to put a material over this. So I have already downloaded a material. So I deselect the static mesh filter from here. Then we go to this content folder. And also we find the fab folder from here. Just double click to open. And then I select this material instance filter. So if you not have this material instance filter over here, just go to this 3-line option. Then we go to this all filters and we go to the material and select the material instance filter from here. Then we're going to activate this filter and look for the material. So we go down here. So we have this brick material. So we're going to use this one. Just drag it over here. And I have already enabled the displacement for this material. So if you open this material from here and then we go to its parent material from here, just go to this parent material. And again, we're going to open the parent material from here. So double click to open. And you can see that I have already activated the displacement node for this material. So in order to activate this displacement node, we go to select this material attributes from here. Then we go to this details panel here. And if we go down, you can see that under this Nanite tab, there is an option called this enable tessellation. Just activate this here from here. And you will see that you have activated the displacement node. But if in your case, the displacement node is still not activated, you can do one thing. Go to the actual project folder. So in this case, this is our actual project folder. Then we go to this config folder, just double click to open. Then open this default engine file and make sure that you have these two commands in this file here. And I'm also gave this command in my video description. So you can get this command from there. And if you do the all things correctly, you will get this displacement node activated in your material system. Okay, then we close this material. And after activate the displacement in your material, you can still see that we didn't have the displacement in our object. So if we go close here, you can see that there is no displacement in our object. So we have to make this object as a nanite mesh. So we select our object from here. And after selecting this, we go into details panel and then we're going to locate our mesh. So just click over here. So this is our mesh. Then we just right click on it, go to the Nanite and click on this enable Nanite. Okay, so in that way, you can see that we have successfully activated the displacement to our object. And you can also increase or decrease the displacement amount. So we're going to open the material. So after selecting this asset, we go to its details panel, then we go down, then open this material from here. Then we go down here. And here you can find this option called the displacement scaling. And then we go to this magnitude option. And if we increase the value, so we put 10 over here. And now you can see that we get this kind of nice displacement here. So if we change our directional light position, you can see this is how we get this displacement in our object here. So I think this is very much displacement. So we're going to decrease the value. So we put 5 over here. So 5 look decent here. Okay. So now we're going to put this material to these walls as well. So we save these settings and also close this window. Then we're going to use the same material over these walls. So we select this asset and also we locate our material from here. Then we're going to put this material on this wall as well. Okay. And now we're going to duplicate those walls into this side as well. So we select all of this wall from here and we duplicate it here. And you can also extend the wall if you want. So we're going to extend it a little bit more. Okay, just like that. And also we're going to make a road over here. So we select this wall here and we rotate this. And also we're going to increase the height of these walls. So we select all of this wall from here. And also we're going to make a platform over here. So we're going to duplicate it here like this. And also we're going to save our level. So we go to the file and click on this save all. And here we're going to name our level as tutorial level and click save. And in this point, we're going to create a camera for our scene. So I go to this box option here, go to the cinematic and create a scene camera actor. And also create a sequence for our scene. So I go to the sequencer tab and click on this add level sequence. And also name our sequence as a tutorial sequence and click on this save. Then we're going to bring our camera towards sequence. So we go to the scene camera actor and drag this camera over our sequence here. Then we're going to rotate our camera to our desired position here. And also we're going to decrease our camera focal length. So I go to this focal length tab and we decrease this to maybe 12 or 13 or so. Then also we select our camera component and we go to its details panel. Then we go down to the film back option and we change the preset from the 16:9 digital film to 16:9 DSLR. So in that way we can get this kind of nice wide angle camera here. And also we're going to change some settings to our camera. So again we select our camera component. Then we go to its details panel and we go to this search bar and type for exposure. And we go to this metering mode under this exposure tab. And we change this preset to manual. Then we go to this exposure compensation, activate this option and we increase the value to 10 here. Okay, just like that. And also we go to this camera component and go to this current aperture tab. We're going to decrease the value. Okay, just like that. And now if we change our directional light position here, you can see our wall look like this. Okay. And also we're going to decrease our fog little bit down. So we go to this outliner section and in the search bar we type for fog. And here you can get this exponential height fog option. Select this one. Also clear the search bar from here. Then we go to this fog density and we decrease the value. Okay. And also we go to this outliner section and clear this search bar and look for directional light, which is the sun. Select this directional light. Then we go to its details panel and we go to the intensity and we decrease the value to maybe 5 here. And one thing we have noticed that our road look very narrow here. So we're going to make it a little bit wider. So we're going to select all of these walls from here. And we make this road a little bit wider here. Okay. So I think this looks nice for now. And now we're going to create the road here. So again, for this, we go to the modeling section here and we're going to create a cylinder for this. So we create this cylinder here. Okay. And also we're going to increase the subdivisions. So first we go to the radial slices and we increase this value to 50 here and go to the height subdivision. We again put 50 here. Okay. Then we click on this accept. And again, we go back to our selection mode. And now we're going to make this as a road. So first we're going to rotate this. So we press E, and also we enable this snapping here by clicking here. Then we're going to rotate it to 90° here. And then we're going to increase the scale. So we press R and then we increase the scale like this. Okay, so in that way you can see that the middle portion is little bit higher than the edge here. Okay. Then we're going to duplicate it. Okay, and now we're going to put a material over this road here. So for this road material, we go to this content folder again and enable the material instance filter from here. And then we go to this search bar and type for asphalt. So here is the material. We're going to apply this material over this. So just bring it over here. And because it's a blend material, so we can also paint this. So we select this asset, then we go to the selection mode and go to the mesh paint option. Then we select this paint tool here. Then we go to this paint color and we're going to swap this color by clicking here. And we also make this area a little bit bigger here like this. Then we're going to select any one channel from here. So we select this red channel. And then if we start painting, you can see that we can paint other material here. Okay. So likewise, we can paint it here as well. And you can see that we cannot paint it over here. So if we try to paint, you can see that you cannot paint it here. So we have to select this asset. And in order to select this asset, we have to press and hold the shift key on our keyboard. Then just click over this asset and you can successfully select this asset here. And now you can also paint it here like this. And also we have the puddle layers. So we select this blue channel here and deselect the red channel. And then if we paint, you can see that we can put the puddles here. Okay, just like that. So you put little bit puddles here and you can also adjust the brush. So if we go to the size, we can decrease the size of the brush here and also decrease the strength. Okay. And if you accidentally paint some puddles, you can also erase them by press and hold the shift key on the keyboard and then just paint. You can erase the unwanted part as well. Okay, so we put some puddles over here as well. Okay, so as you can see that I paint the puddles over here and there. And then we go back to our selection mode. Okay, and then if we unselect all those assets and press G, you can see that our scene look like this. And now we're going to put some other assets here. So let's see. So if we go to this content folder and then select the static mesh filter and also deselect the material instance, and then also we clear the search bar from here. So you can see that there are so many assets. So I select this fab folder from here and here we have this slab asset here. So you want to use this slab over here. So we put it here like this. And then we're going to duplicate this slab to fill this area. So we select and then we press and hold the Alt key and just drag this axis to duplicate. Then we're going to select both of them and just extend this. So now we're going to place our mannequin to this side so we can see it properly. Okay, and now we're going to put some doors and windows. So for the door and windows, we're going to cut those walls according to our windows and door. And for this, we're going to use the Boolean cut system. So first we're going to put a doorway so we can understand the size of the door. So again, we go to this content folder here and also enable the static mesh filter. Then we go to this search bar and type for door. And here we get this door model here, which is the steel door model. So we just put it over here. And then we're going to rotate it to 90° here. So we're going to place our door over here. Okay, so now we can see the size of a door, and now we're going to cut this wall. So in order to cut this wall, so for this we go to the selection mode and go to this modeling tab. Then we're going to create a cube with the size of this door here. So use this box, place it over here and accept this. Okay, then we go back to our selection mode, and now we're going to resize this cube according to the size of this door here. So first we press R to get this scale gizmo here. Then we place it here. And also increase the scale here. Okay, so this is the size of our door. And now we're going to cut this wall. So in order to do that, first we select our wall, then we select our door. This is important. So first we select the wall and then we select this door here. Okay, then we go to the selection mode and we go to this modeling tab. Then we go to this model and we select this boolean. Just click, and in that way our wall is cut, but you cannot see that. So first we're going to accept this. Then we go back to our selection mode again. And if you change the position of this door, you can see that the cut here. So this is the backside wall. So if we just place it here, you can see the cut here. Okay. And now also we're going to put the material over here. So we select this wall and this is the material. So we just locate this material by clicking here. Then we just put this material over here as well. Okay. Then we're going to reposition our door here like this. Okay, so now you can see that this look really amazing. And also if we go over here, we can fill this area by this asset here, and also we put the same material on it. So we select this material and put it over here, and then we're going to place it here. Okay, so we block all this area by using this same asset. And now if we select this door here and if we press E to get this rotation gizmo, then you can open or close this door, and you can also see this empty inside here. Okay. So likewise, we also create some windows over here. So for the window, again, I am go to this content folder here, and in the search bar, I type for window. And here you can see that this is the window model that I have downloaded from Fab. So just put this window over here. Okay. So this will be our reference for the size of the window. So maybe we can put this window over here like this. And then we duplicate it again. So this will be the size of our window. And now we're going to cut the wall according to this size. So for this, again, we go to this modeling tab and we create a box from here. Place it over here like this. And we click on this accept. Then again, we go back to our selection mode. And now we're going to match the size by tweaking the scale here. So we press R, and also we increase the scale a little bit more like this. Then also we push it a little bit down here. And now we're going to cut this wall. So first we select this wall, which is very important. Then we press and hold the shift key and just select this cube here. Okay. Then we go to the selection mode and select this modeling tab here. Then we go to this model option and click on this boolean. Then we click on this accept here and we go back to our selection mode. And now we're going to select this window here and also select this one, and we change its position like this. And you can see that this look really amazing here. And also we're going to retexture this area here. So we select this model, then we go to its details panel and locate the material, and then just apply the same material over here. So you just place it here like this. Okay. And one thing you have noticed that when you make this boolean cut, the displacement is gone. So in order to apply the displacement here, we're going to select this asset. Then we go to its details panel and we locate this asset from here by clicking here. Then we're going to right click on it and make it as a nanite mesh. Okay, and now you can see that the displacement is back again. So we do the same thing for this as well. So we select this one, then we're going to locate this and we right click on it and make it as a nanite. Okay, so this is how we can make this kind of window and door here. Okay, so likewise I make some windows here as well. And now we're going to put some extra details to our windows and the doors here. So for this, again, I go to this content folder here, and then in the search bar, I type for bricks, and then I select the static mesh filter from here. So here is the brick model. So first I go over here. And as you can see that we have the depth of field here. So for the editing time, I turn off the depth of field. So for this, I go to the sequencer tab. Then I select this camera component from here. Then I go to its details panel and go down here. And in this focus method, drop down menu and just disable this. Okay. So now you can see it properly here. And I rotate this like this and also rotate into this angle here. And I place it over here like this. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing to the window and these doors as well. Okay, so as you can see that we cover all these windows and the doors here. And now one thing you have noticed that the material of the window is very white here. So we're going to change it as a rusty one. So for this, again, we go to this content browser. Then I go to this fab folder here and also deselect the static mesh filter and also clear the search bar here. Then we go to this megascans folder and also enable the material instance. And here from we can get some of the material that I downloaded from fab. So maybe use this rusty one. So I go over here and I drag this material over this window here. Okay. And do the same thing for the rest of the windows here. Okay, so we cover all these windows here. And now I'm going to put a stair over here. And for the stair model, I have downloaded a model from fab. So we go to the fab folder again and also deselect the material instance. Then I select the static mesh filter and I go down here. So here is the stair model that I have used. So I put this model over here. Okay. And also we put the same rusty material on it. So I select this one here. And then I go to its details to locate the material. Just click over here. Then I put this material on the stairs here. Okay, just like that. And one thing you have noticed that the stair is intersect the road here. So we going to stretch this stair to this side little bit. So I just pass to move it over here and then we place it upward here. And now we're going to put some sunsets over these doors and the windows here. So for this again we go to this content browser here and also enable the static mesh filter. And then we search for the sunsets from here. So let's see. So here is the sunset that we're going to use. So we selected this one and then we rotate this and we place it over here. And as you can see that the anchor point is placed here. So we're going to reposition it over here. So just right click on here. Then I go to this pivot and click on this set pivot offset here. And again we right click on it. Then again we go to this pivot and select the set as pivot offset. So in this way we can change the anchor point. So we place it over here. Okay. And also do the same thing over here as well. And now we're going to put some iron ladders over here. So for this again we go to this content folder here and then we enable the static mesh filter again and search for the model. So here is the model. So first I'm going to go over here and I'm using this one to place it over here. And I'm going to rotate it to 180 degree here. And maybe we're going to decrease the scale like this. And we place it over here. Okay, just like that. And also we have another one. So we place it over here like this. Okay. And also we're going to extend the wall little bit higher here. So we're going to select the walls here. And now I'm going to duplicate this door here. And I place the door over here. So for the extra detail, you can also cut this wall by using the same technique that I used to cut those windows and these doors here. But I'm just going through a little bit faster here. So I'm just show you that how you can put the doors over here like this. And also we can do one thing, that we can duplicate these bricks from here. So maybe we can select some of the bricks from here. And also do the same technique to put a door over here as well. And now we're going to put a small beam or slab over this edge of this roof here. So for this, again, I'm selecting this one and I duplicate it over here. Okay, so now you can see that it look completed now. And also I do the same thing over here as well. And before you do that, in my actual video, I put some area over here. So we're going to do the same thing as well. So I select this wall and I rotate it to 90 degree over here. And also I move this roof over here like this. Okay. And also we duplicate these slabs here like this. And also we put the brick material on it. So we select this wall and also locate the brick material by clicking here. And then we just apply the same material on it. And also duplicate it to this side after rotating this. Okay. And also do the same thing over here. So we select some of them or maybe single one and just place it over here. Okay, and now we're going to design the pipelines here. So for the pipelines, again we go to this content folder here and enable the static mesh filter and we search for the pipes here, and here you can get some of the pipes. So we're going to use them. So first I'm put a pipe over here, and also we have some of these outlets here, so we're going to use them here as well. And we place them little bit higher here. Okay, just like that. And then again we duplicate this pipe. So as you can see that we make this kind of pipeline here. And now we're going to select all of them and I duplicate it over here. And we also have some plastic pipes, so we're also going to use them. So let's see. So these are the plastic pipes and we're going to use them. So first I'm going to start from here. Okay, so now you can see that how we can design this kind of pipelines by using those pipe assets here. And also I am going to close this area, so I use this one. And now we're going to do the electrical lines here. So for the electric lines, we first going to put some AC units over here and there. So let's find some AC units from here. So here is some of these AC units here. So we put one AC over here. Okay, and now we're going to do some electrical lines over here. And you can see that we have so many wires here, so you can use them accordingly. So it's all depends on you that how you want to design this area, and I'm just going to show you that how you can use them. So maybe use this one for this AC unit. So just bring it over here. And also we have some of these electrical junction boards here. So maybe use this one over here. And this one as well. And we place it here. And also we have some of these wires here, so we're going to use them. So we're going to use this wire system here. Okay, so as you can see that I put some of these electrical lines over here and there, and it look nice here. So likewise, you can also design other areas here. So we also have other assets. So let's use them. So we're going to design this area. So we reposition our mannequin over here, or we can delete this mannequin. Okay. And now we're going to design this area. Okay, so as you can see that I designed this area little bit by using this electrical box and some of this wiring system here, and also put this kind of pipes here. So as you can see that this look really amazing, and in my actual video I took so much time to design all this area by using this electrical system. So I recommend you to take your time to design your level, and in this video I'm just showing you that how you can use them. So I think this look quite nice for this tutorial. And now we're going to put some electric post over here. So let's see. So here is the electric post. So we bring it over here and we place it here like this. Then we're going to duplicate this one and maybe place it here. And then we duplicate it one more time and we place it here. Okay. And now we're going to put the wires here. And for the electric wires, we have a blueprint for this. So we uncheck the static mesh filter and we go to the search bar. After selecting this content folder, then we go to the search bar and type for BP underscore electric. And here you can get this BP electrical wire blueprints and we're going to use it. So we place it over here like this. And we reposition it over here. Okay. And then we select this point and we extend it. Okay, just like that. Okay, and we do the same thing for this other sockets here. So again we go over here and we place this blueprint over here like this. Okay, so as you can see that I put those wire blueprints over this electric post and it look nice here. Okay, so you can also put other wires over these sockets here as you like. So I'm just showing you that how you can put them over here. Okay, so this is how you can create this kind of electrical lines here. And also we have other electrical lines, so we can also design this area by using those assets. So I go to this content folder again and enable the static mesh filter and also clear this search bar here. And then we have this kind of nice wiring system here. So maybe we can place them over here. So we use this one and we rotate this. Okay, and also we have another one, so maybe use this one, or we can also place those wiring lines over these walls here. Okay, so as you can see that I put some of these electrical wires over here and there and it look quite nice. And you can also take your time to design this area a little bit more by using those electrical wires. Okay, and now we're going to do some work for this road. Like we put some of these potholes here as well as some manholes and some of the drainage system here. Okay, so for the drainage system, first I'm going to select this road asset here, and we move it little bit here like this. And also we go over here and move this little bit here, so we can make some of these gaps here. Okay, so likewise maybe we select this one and make this gap over here. And now we're going to put a grill over here. Okay, so for the grill asset, let's see what we have here. So again, we go to this content browser and also select the static mesh filter, and let's search for the asset. So here is the grill asset, and I drag it over here. Okay, so now you can see that this look nice. And now we're going to put some manholes here. So here is the manhole cover. We just put it over here like this. And also we're going to put some decals over this road here. So for the decal, I have already downloaded some of the decals from Fab. So I go to this Fab folder here, and also deselect the static mesh filter and enable the material instance filter from here. So here is some of the decal that I have downloaded from Fab. So maybe use this crack one. So I just place it over here. Okay, so as you can see that when we put these decals, it gets some extra details here. Okay, so as you can see that our basic structure is ready here. And now we're going to put some props over here and there. So if you go to this content folder and enable the static mesh filter and deselect the material instance filter from here, as you can see that I have downloaded so many assets from Fab. And now I'm going to use those assets to design this area over here. So maybe I'm going to start from some of these drums here. So I go over here and put this drum over here, and I place it here like this. And likewise we have other drums over here, so maybe use this one. And also I have a blueprint for this trash asset. So if I go to the 3-line option and I go to this blueprint class filter, just enable it from here. Then I deselect the static mesh filter. So here is the blueprint for this trash. So just put it over here. And also I'm going to remap the anchor point. So I just right click over here. Then I go to this pivot. Click on the set pivot offset here. Then again right click on it, go to this pivot and click on this set pivot offset and click on this set as pivot offset. Okay, and now I'm going to place them here and there. And after putting this blueprint, I'm go over here and deselect the blueprint class filter. And again, I enable the static mesh filter and then I go down and put some other assets over here and there. Okay, so after that, we're going to put some foliages over here and there. So again, I have downloaded some foliages from Fab Marketplace. So if I go to this Fab folder here, and here is the foliages that I have downloaded from Fab. And you can also use the foliage system to populate the foliages. And I'm going to put those foliages manually over here and there. So it will take a little bit time. So maybe we come over here and use this one over here like this. And now we're going to put some extra details by adding the decals here. And I have already downloaded some decals from Fab. So we go to the Fab folder again and enable the material instance filter from here and disable the static mesh filter. So here you can see that if I scroll down, I have this leakage decal here. So I'm going to use it. So I go over here and I enable this decal over here like this. And also I press G to see these guide markers here. Then I rotate this. So we just rotate it to 90° here. Okay. And now you can see that the decal in action. Okay. And also we're going to rotate it to 180° here. Okay. So now it look nice here. And also we're going to place it over here like this. And also I'm going to increase the scale of this decal. So I press R. And we stretch it a little bit like this. And then we place it here like this. And if you don't want to affect this decal to any other object that you don't want, just select this asset here. Then we go to this details panel and we go to the search bar and type for decal. And here you can find this option called this receives decals. So if you disable this, and as you can see that this asset is no longer affected by these decals here. And likewise, if you don't want decal affect this AC unit, you do the same thing, just select this asset and disable this receive decals option here. Okay, just like that, very simple. Okay, and again we're going to select this decal from here and we duplicate to extend it over here like this. Okay, so now you can see that we have this kind of nice extra details over these buildings here. And I have another decals for puddles here. So if I go to this content browser and then I go to the abundant factory, this is the pack that I downloaded from Fab, and disable the material instance. And I go to this decals folder here, go to the puddles, and here is the puddle decals here. And I'm going to use this decal, so I just place it over here like this. Okay, so you can see that this look really amazing now. And now one thing you have noticed that our glass is not look very nice because you can see that the reflection is very weird here. So we're going to change this glass material. So for this I'm going to download a glass material from Fab Marketplace. So for the glass material I'm going to use this advanced glass material pack, which is absolutely free. Just click on this add to project, and as you can see that this is not compatible with the 5.6 version, but we're going to use it anyway. So we go to this drop down menu, then we go down and select the highest possible version here, which is the 5.4. Just select this one and click on this add to project, and here is the asset. So we go to this materials folder here, and we also enable the material instance, so we can see all this material in a single place. And I'm going to use this one, that is the dirty one. So I just select and just drag it over here. Okay, and you can see that this look quite nice. And also use the same one over here, and we can also change some parameters for this material. So if we open this material from here, and you can also change the color from here. So if I go to this color wheel here, and we can darken up a little bit like this and hit OK. And also you can change the roughness from here. Okay, just like that. Also increase the opacity if you want. And also if we go to this dart option here, expand this, we can change some settings from here as well. So you can increase or decrease the dart amount here like this. And also we can increase or decrease the contrast here like this. And when you're satisfied with the settings, just save it from here. Okay, also minimize this one. So now you can see that this window look quite nice here. And also we can improve the reflection quality. So we go to the sequencer tab and we go to this camera component here. Then we go to the details panel here and also clear the search bar here and also type reflection. Then we go down here, and here you can find this option called this high quality translucent reflections. Activate this option and enable it from here. And now you can see that you get nicer reflection here. Okay, you can see the difference here. Okay, just like that. And now we can also use the same material to other windows here. So I go over here, then I go to this content browser and I use this material here. Okay, and now I'm going to design this wall here, this distance wall. So first I'm going to put a door over here. So for the door, I go to this content browser here and disable the material instance filter and also enable the static mesh filter here. And here I have some of the pre-made doors and windows. So if I go down here, so here you can see that this is the pre-made assets. So I'm going to use them. So I just use it over here like this, and we're going to rotate this to 180 degree. and we place it over here like this. Okay, and you can see that the texture of this wall is very different, so I'm going to use the same texture over here. So we select this asset, then also we go to this details panel and clear this search bar, and this is the material. So just click on this magnifying switch to locate this material, and then I'm going to apply the same material over here. Okay, just like that. And also we select this asset and locate this from here, and maybe we can delete this walls here, and we select this one and we bring it down a little bit like this. Okay, and now we have other walls here, so maybe use this one and place it here like this. Okay, so now you can see that this area also look nice, and also we have these sun shades here, so we can just duplicate it and we place it here like this. And also we can do some these piping systems here. So again I select this whole piping system here, so I select this one. And now I'm going to change the sky. So for the sky, I'm going to use the HDRI map. So first we download an HDRI map for our sky. So for the HDRI map, I'm going to use the polyheaven.com, and you can download so many HDRI maps from this site, and those are absolutely free. So I'm going to use this one. So this is the overcast soil, pure sky. So just click over here. And here from I can change the format from EXR to HDR. And you can also change the resolution. So I'm using the 4K resolution here, and just click on this download. So here is the HDRI map. So I select this one, place it here, and I go to this content folder here. Then I just drag this HDRI map over here. And in order to apply this HDRI map over here, we're going to enable a plugin. So I go to the edit, then I go to this plugins, and in the search bar we type for HDRI. So you can find this plugin called this HDRI backdrop, and I have already enabled it. And after enable this plugin, you have to restart your engine. So just restart your engine, but I have already enabled, so I don't need to restart it again. Then I close this plugin bar here, and then I go to this box option here and click on this place actor panel. And then in the search bar we type for HDRI. And here you can find this plugin called this HDRI backdrop. Then I just bring this HDRI backdrop to my scene here. Okay, and instantly you can see that our lighting is changed drastically. And first I am going to reposition our HDRI map. So I just bring it down like this. And also I close this place sector panel. So I just click over here and just close this. And first I'm going to change this HDRI map with our downloaded one. So we select this HDRI backdrop from here. Then I go to this details panel. And here you can find this option called this cube map slot. So I just select this one and just drag it over here. And in that way we can change the sky here. But you can see that our sky is little bit blown out here. So we're going to change some settings to fix this. So for this we go over here to the details panel after selecting this HDRI backdrop. And here you can find this option called this intensity. So first we're going to decrease the intensity here. Okay. And also we can change the settings for this HDRI map. So we're going to double click to open this HDRI map. Then we go down here and here you can find the color adjustment tab here. So first we go to the brightness and we decrease the brightness to maybe 0.5 here. And then we go to this RGB curve and we increase the value to 1.5 here. And you can also see that the exposure is very high here. So we go to the brightness and we can decrease the value to 0.4. Okay, so I think this looks nice. So I'm going to save the settings from here and minimize this. Okay, so now you can see that our sky look like this, and you can also rotate our sky. So if I go over here and we can also rotate the sky according to your need. Then also we're going to change some settings. So we go to this HDRI backdrop again and then we go to this details panel here, and we can also first we're going to increase the size. So we're going to increase it to maybe 6000 here. And also we're going to delete our previous sky map. So we go to the outliner section and we search for sky. So here is a sky atmosphere. So we're going to delete this one. So now we can see our actual HDRI map here. And then again we select our HDRI map and we go to its details panel, and then we come over here and go down and we select our skylight option here. And here also we put our HDRI map. So if we go to this HDRI map and if we want to drag it over here, you can see that it shows the red color here. So we cannot drag this HDRI map over here. So in order to put this HDRI map over here, we go to the source type option and we go to this drop down menu and we click on this SLS specified cube map. Okay. Then we select this HDRI map and drag it over here. Okay. And you can see that instantly our scene light up according to this HDRI map. And also we can change some settings. So we go to the skylight option here and we go down, and here you can find this option called this intensity. We're going to decrease the value to maybe 0.5 here. Okay, just like that, or maybe a little bit down, so maybe 0.3. Okay, and now you can also see that our sun create this kind of harsh light here. So we're going to change the directional light settings as well. So we go to the outliner section and clear this search bar and type for directional light. So here it is. First we're going to decrease the intensity. So we go to this intensity tab and we decrease to maybe 1 here. So we get less sunlight here. And also we're going to rid of this harsh shadow here. So we go to the source angle settings here and we increase the value to maybe 5 here. So in that way we get this kind of diffuse shadow here. Maybe we can increase it a little bit more to maybe 20 here. So you can see that we get very diffuse shadow here. And now we're going to change our directional light position. And then we go to the sequencer tab and maybe we go to this current aperture value and we decrease the value a little bit. And also we select our camera component. So we go to the search bar and type for ISO. So I enable this ISO settings and we put maybe 120 here. So now you can see that the lighting look nice here. Or maybe we can reposition our light over here. And also we can decrease the light intensity a little bit more. So we select our directional light and clear this search bar. And maybe we can put 0.2 here. Or maybe 0.5. Okay, so I think this look nice. And if we change the position of our light here like this, and also we select our HDRI map and we rotate this. Okay, so now you can see that this look really amazing, and believe me, this is the viewport render, and when you render it in high quality, you will get more nice result. So this is how you can make this kind of overcast lighting here, or maybe we can go to the sky by selecting this HDRI map, and then we go to this intensity, and if you increase the value, you can also increase or decrease the sky light here. And now I'm going to put some of these wall graffitis. So for this I'm going to download a pack from Fab. So for the graffiti street art, I'm going to use this pack which is absolutely free from Fab. So just click on this add to project. And after download the asset, we go to this content browser, and here is all these decals here. So if I go to this decals folder here and enable the material instance filter from here, you can get so many decals here. So we're going to use them over here and there. So here you can see this kind of decals here. So maybe we can put a decal over this door here. So just put it over here like this. And then we're going to rotate this decal. Okay. And also we're going to decrease the scale. And also we can make it little bit older here. So for this we're going to open this material instance. And here from you can change the color. Or first we're going to increase the dirtiness little bit. So we enable the dirty option here and increase the value here like this. Okay. And also we're going to change the color. So we're going to darken up the color little bit. So we open this color wheel and we darken up the color like this. Okay. Then do the same thing for this one. Okay. And when you satisfy the setting, just save it from here. Okay. And now you can see that this also gives extra details here. Okay. So likewise, we have other decals. So maybe we put some of here. So maybe use this one. So now you can see that this also look nice here. And also one thing you have noticed that all the doors are the same color here. So we can also change the color. So first we're going to select this door and then we're going to locate the material. So we go to its details panel and then we go down to locate the material here. So here is the material. And in order to change the color, we're going to duplicate this material. So we just right click and we duplicate this material here like this. And then we're going to apply this material over here. And then we're going to open this material and enable this tint color option by clicking over here. And also activate this tint based color option here. And here from we can change the color. So we just click on this color wheel. And maybe we can make this little bit of this kind of bluish color here. Okay. Then we hit OK. And also we go to this dart option here. And we can increase the dart here like this. Okay. And when you satisfied, just save it from here. And then we minimize this material option here. And now you can see that this door look different here. And if you go over here, you can see that this door color is red and this one is blue color here. Okay. So maybe we can increase the light little bit more. So we select our HDRI backdrop here. Then we go to its details panel and we go to the skylight option. And we're going to increase the intensity a little bit. So we put 0.5 here. Okay, so now you can see that we get little bit of ambient light here. Okay. So if we change our directional light position here. Okay. And also one thing you have noticed that our puddle is gone here. And in order to regain the puddle, we're going to disable the nanite for this road here. So we're going to select the road model here and we go to the details panel and locate the asset. Here it is. Then we're going to right click on it, go to the nanite and we disable this. Okay, so now you can see that we regain this water layer here. And also we can paint the water here because you can see that this look very bad. So for this, we go to the selection mode and we go to this mesh paint option here. Then you go to the paint option and we swap the color from here, and we only select this blue channel here and we start painting here like this. Okay, so we go back to our selection mode again and press G. Okay, so eventually you can see that our scene look really amazing here. Okay, and now I'm going to put some street light over here. So in this electric post, we're going to put a street light here. So for the street light, again, I go to this content folder and enable the static mesh filter. And then we're going to find the street lamp. Okay, so here you can see that this is the nice street lamp asset here. So we're going to use it. So first we're going to put a street lamp over this electric post. So we're going to bring it over here like this. Okay, so you can see that our scene look really amazing, and also you can see that there is a little gap here. So we can also fix this gap. So we're going to use this same asset, this is the grill asset. So duplicate it, and maybe we can place it here like this. Okay, and one thing you have noticed that our road look very clean here. So we're going to make it little bit dirty. So for this I have downloaded an asset pack from Epic Game Marketplace. So if I go down here, we have this asset pack called this Megascan Forest Tube. And I'm going to use the foliage system to populate those assets into this ground here. So I go to the selection mode button and go to the foliage. And first I'm going to populate some rocks over here. So I use this rocks model. So I select this one and also select all of this rock asset from here. And then I just drag it over here. Okay. Then we select all of these rocks from here and we go down. And here from we can increase the density to 500 here, or maybe we can decrease it to 200 here. And also we go to the scale, we're going to decrease the scale to 0.5 here. Okay, and minimum to 0.2. And then we're going to start painting here. So maybe we can start from here. Okay, and after the rock, we're going to put some of these falling sticks over here and there. So we select all of these falling sticks from here and then we place it over here. So just drag it here like this. And then we're going to deselect all these rocks assets from here and we select all of these sticks from here. Then we go down and here from we can increase the density to maybe 300 here. And again we're going to decrease the scale. Okay. And then we going to start from here. Okay, and after those sticks, we're going to put some of the grasses here. So we go over here and put this grass asset here. And then we're going to deselect all of these sticks from here and only select the grass asset. Then we go down. Again, we increase the density to 500 here. And maybe we can decrease the scale to maybe 0.7 here. And we're going to start painting from here. And before you do that, we go down here and disable the align to normal switch here. Okay, and now we're going to start painting. Okay, so now you can see that with these grasses, it look really amazing here. And also we can put some of the grasses manually over here and there. So we back from foliage mode and go to the selection mode here. And then I'm going to put some grasses over manually. So we can place this grass over here like this. Okay, and now we're going to put some of the decals over here and there to make some extra details. So for the decals, again I go to this content folder here and enable the material instance filter, deselect the static mesh filter, and let's find some decals here. So maybe we can use this mud decals here. So we can place these decals here. Okay, and now I'm going to put some extra props over here and there. So I again go to this content folder and enable the static mesh filter and deselect the metal instance. And now I'm going to put some extra details over here and there. Okay, so now you can see that our scene look very nice here. Okay, and as you can see that I focus this area and this area to design nicely, but you have to do this designing for your whole scene to make it more nicer here. And now I'm going to put some atmospheric effect like some of the smoke effects here and there. So for this, again I go to this content browser here and I go to this starter content and disable the static mesh filter. Then I go to this particles folder and here you can get some of this nice particle system for ambience effects. So maybe I can put a smoke effect over here. So I can put this smoke asset here like this. Okay, and also I can put some of the ambient particle. So here is the ambient particle effect here. Okay, and also I duplicate it over here like this. Okay, and then we press G. And now I'm going to put some camera settings to make it more nicer here. So I go to the sequencer tab, then I select the camera component here. And then I'm go to this details panel and first I go down here and I go to this chromatic aberration option here and enable the intensity and I put little bit of chromatic aberration like 0.5 here. Okay, and then also I enable the start offset option here and just increase the value. So we can only get the chromatic aberration to the edge here, not in the center here. Okay, then I go down here and I go to this image effects option, enable the vignette effect here, just click over here and then we're going to make little bit of vignette to our scene. Okay, and finally, as you can see previously, we disable the depth of field for our camera. So if I go over here and focus on this area, so if I go to this current focal length and we increase the focus distance, you can see that we have no depth of field here. And one thing you have noticed that we have this kind of foliage error here. So in order to fix this, we go to this foliage system and then we're going to select this grass here and we're going to delete the unwanted grass. So I press and hold the shift key and just click to delete these unwanted grasses from here. And then again we're back to our selection mode and as you can see that we do not have any depth of field here. So again we go to this camera component and we go down here and we enable the depth of field by go to this drop down menu and click on this manual. And also we're going to adjust the depth of field. So I come over here to this manual focus distance and we decrease the value here. Okay, just like that. So now you can see that we get this kind of nice depth of field here. Okay, and you can see that this look really amazing. And now we're going to make this environment as a night environment. And before we do that, we're going to duplicate the level. So I go to this content browser here. Then I go to this content folder and we go down. And here is the level, call this tutorial level. And we're going to duplicate this level. So you do right click and then we're going to duplicate this. And here we're going to name it as a night level. And we're going to open this level. So we're going to double click to open. And we're going to save all these progresses here. Okay, so this is our level. And also we're going to make a sequence for our scene. So again, we go to the sequencer tab and click on this add level sequence. And we're going to name it as a tutorial night sequence and click save. And also we're going to put our camera to the sequence. So we go to the outliner section and in the search bar we type for camera. So here it is. And we're going to bring our camera over here. And then we're going to place our camera here like this. And now we're going to make this level as a nighttime level. So for this, we're going to put the light first. So I go over here and as you can see that this is our light. And we're going to decrease the focus distance. So we can see our light properly. And as you can see that this is a dark light. So we're going to put a white light here. So for this, we go to this box option here and we go to the shape and we make a sphere here. So here it is. And we're going to decrease the scale of this sphere like this. And we're going to make it a little bit oval size here. And then we're going to rotate it. Okay, so this will be our light. And also we're going to put a emissive material on this light. Okay, so we're going to select this asset here and we go to its material from here. Just locate it by clicking over here. So here is the material and we're not going to make any change to this actual material. So we're going to duplicate this material. So just right click and we duplicate this material here. So here it is. And then we're going to apply this material here. Okay, and now we're going to change the material. So we just double click to open this material. And here we're going to put a emissive color here. And in order to do that, we're going to put a multiply node here. So we press the right click and in the search bar we type for multiply. So here is the multiply node. And then we're going to connect this color to this multiply node A. And in this B channel, we're going to put a scalar parameter. So we just right click here and search for scalar parameter. And here it is. And then we connect this scalar parameter to this B point here. And then we connect this multiply node to the emissive color here. Okay. And then we're going to put a value over here. So maybe put 1 here. And then we're going to apply these settings. Okay. And now you can see that we get this kind of nice emissive color here. Or we can also increase the value. So maybe we put 5 here. Okay. So now you can see that we get this kind of nice light here. Or maybe we can refine the position here like this. Okay. So as you can see that this is our light. So we're going to apply these settings and save this and close this window. And now we're going to put this light to all these lights here. So we go to the sequencer first and we're going to increase our focus distance here. And now we're going to duplicate this light to put the other lights here. Okay, so as you can see that I put all the lights here and now I'm going to darken up the sky here. So I select our sky atmosphere or this HDRI backdrop. Then I go to this outliner section and there is the HDRI backdrop. Then we go to this details panel and I go to the intensity and we're going to decrease the intensity here. Okay, just like that. And also I go down to the skylight here And also I'm going to decrease the intensity to maybe 0.05 here. Okay. And also we see go to our outliner section and search for our directional light. And here is our directional light. And we're going to decrease the intensity all the way 0 here. So this is our scene very dark, and now we're going to put some lights here. So first I'm going to start from here. So for the light, we go to this box option and go to the light. And then we're going to create a rack light here. Just click. And then we're going to place our light here. And we press G. And we're going to place our light downwards here. And then we go to the details panel here. And first we're going to decrease the intensity to maybe 4 here. Then we go to this attenuation radius. We're going to increase the value. And in the source width, we're going to decrease the value. And the source height. And go to the angle. We're going to decrease the angle. Okay. And maybe we can decrease the intensity of the light little bit more. So we're going to put 1 here or maybe 2. Okay, so 2 look nice here. So as you can see that this is how our light look like. And also we're going to put some volumetrics to the light. So again we press G to select our light here. Then we go down. And here is the option called this volumetric scattering intensity. We're going to increase the value to maybe 5 here. Okay, so if we press G, you can see that we get little bit of volumetrics to our light here. Okay, so we can reposition our light little bit upward here. And now we're going to duplicate the lights. Okay, and now one thing you have noticed that our scene look very bright here. So maybe we can decrease the intensity of our lights. So we select all of the lights here. And one thing you have noticed that it shows the cross sign here. So we're going to fix that as well. So we're going to select our light. Then we go up here and we make it as a movable. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to decrease the intensity. Okay, so we do the same for this light as well. Okay, and now you can see that our scene look like this, and maybe we can decrease the intensity of our sky a little bit more. So we going to go to this HDRI backdrop, then we go to the intensity and we can decrease the value. So maybe we can put 0 here, or maybe we can put little bit of sky. So we 002 here. Okay. So this is how you can also make the night lighting here. And also we go to the camera and then we go to its details panel and we're going to enable the lens flare. So we go down and here is the lens flare option. We're going to enable this. Okay. So if we look to the any lights here, you can get this kind of nice lens flare here. And I think this is too much of lens flare. So we're going to decrease the value to maybe 0.01 or 0.5. Or maybe this is too less. So we're going to put the value is 0.1. Okay. So in that way, we can get little bit of this kind of lens flare here. Okay. And also we go up and we go to this bloom effect here. We enable this method and we change this to convolution here. And also we can increase the value little bit if you want. And also we can put some of the grains here. So we go down and we go to this film grain option and we enable this film grain intensity and we increase the value to maybe 0.5 here. So in that way we can get little bit of grains here. Okay. And also we can improve our lighting little bit more by enable the mega lights. So we go to the search bar and type for mega light. So here is the mega light option and just activate this. Okay. So you can see the changes here. Okay. So this is how we can create this kind of night scene here. And now we're going to put some color correction here. So we clear the search bar here. Then we go down here and we go to this color grading option here. Then we go down. We go to the midtone here and enable the gain here. And then we're going to put a little bit of bluish tint to our scene. So we make it a little bit of bluish here. Okay. Okay, so this is how we can make this scene into a nighttime scene here. And as you can see that this is the viewport render, so it look little bit dull here, but when you render it in high quality and make the color correction, you can get a nice result to your scene. And now I'm going to make a camera animation to our scene, and I'm going to use the daylight scene to make the camera animation. So I go to the content browser again, and then we go to the content folder here, and we go down and we open this tutorial level, and also you're going to save all the progresses here, and then we're going to open the sequence as well, and we enable our camera. Okay, and now I'm going to make a camera animation to our scene. And for the camera animation, first I'm going to place our camera here. And then we're going to make a 5 seconds long video. So as you can see that this is the 5 seconds long timeline. And first we go to this transform switch and we make a keyframe here. Then we go to the very end frame here by clicking over here. And we move our camera a little bit here. Okay. So this is how you can make the camera animation as well. And also we can make some of the macro shots here as well. So maybe we can delete this camera keyframes here. Then we go to the very first frame. And we're going to make a macro shot. So we're going to increase our focal length here like this. And also we're going to adjust our manual focus distance. So we can focus to this drum here, or you can also make sure that you focus here. So we can go to this camera component. Then we go to this details panel and we go down and we go to this manual focus distance and pick the picker here and just pick this asset. So in this way we can seamlessly focus on the desired object here. Okay. And then we're going to make a keyframe here like this. Then we go to the very end frame and maybe we can move our camera. Okay. And also we want to stick the focus over this object. So we can do one thing, that we can make this focus method to tracking method here. And then we go to this tracking focus settings and pick the picker and we just pick this barrel here. Okay. So now if we go to the very first frame here, and then if we play, you can get this kind of nice camera animation here. Okay. And one thing you have seen that that plant is intersect this drum here. So we can select this plant and maybe we can move it here like this. Okay. So this is how you can also make this kind of nice macro shot here. So this is the entire scene and I go through all the steps so you can understand that how we can make this kind of scene, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. And now I'm going to show you that how you can render this scene in a high quality. So in order to render this scene in a high quality, we're going to enable a plugin called the movie render queue. So we go to the edit option and we go to the plugins, and in the search bar we type for movie, and here is the plugin. So we're going to enable this plugin. And when you enable the plugin, you have to restart your engine. And after restart your engine, we close this plugin bar, and then we go to the window, go to the cinematic, and you will find this option called this movie render queue. So just click on it. So this is the movie render queue window. We go to the render tab, and we want to select the right sequence. So in this case, the tutorial sequence is the sequence. So just select this sequence here, and then we go to the unsafe config, and first we're going to delete this JPEG sequence. Then we go to the settings, and we're going to enable the anti-aliasing, and we increase the temporal sample count to 16 here. And then also click on this override anti-aliasing, and also click over here to this warm-up frames. Then again we go to the settings, we go to this color output, and we click on this disable tone curve. Then again we go to the settings, we go to these games overrides, and we don't need to change anything here. Then again we go to the settings, click on this high resolution, and also click on this override subsurface scattering. Then again we go to the settings, and we select the EXR format as a output format here. And then finally we go to the output, and here from you can select the output directory, and then you can also change the resolution if you want, and also you can change the frame rate. So if you click over here, you can change the frame rate as you desire. So I always choose the 23.976, but you can also choose the 60 fps if you want. Okay, and after that just accept the settings here, and then just click on this render local, and your scene will be ready. And if you watch my actual video, I also make a rainy scene here. So in order to make the rainy scene, you can check my previous tutorial on that, and I also give the tutorial link in my video description as well as in the I button here. Okay, so this is it, and this is how I make my actual video. And it's a long tutorial, and I go through all the steps so you can understand that how we can make this. And if you like this video, I recommend you to check my other videos, and if you like those videos, please do subscribe this channel and turn the notification on. So this is for today, and you will see in my next video. So till then, take care and bye bye.